All right, y'all know how we do. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all, all 2024, we're gonna bring y'all some education and some entertainment. And as usual, we definitely have something associated with this video, but this one is for my guys out there. So if you read the title, this is about fatherhood. So we're gonna touch on some things as it relates to us being fathers in this place that we call the hood. And it's very important that fathers get resources. So one of the resources that this particular organization offers is the opportunity to have a conversation with a therapist. And that's very, very important. It's something that I've taken advantage of. And I always make sure that I highlight the necessity of therapy. So with this particular video, for a male, if you comment something that you learned by watching this video, you will be able to get some therapy. So again, y'all know what to do. My name is my name. It won't change. Go to that YouTube. Rudis, you see it at the bottom there. In fact, let me change my name. We got a couple little things running. So it's but Rudis, you'll find me and you subscribe to the channel, like, share, comment something that you learned that you didn't know, and then subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. And I'm just gonna pick a guy at random because I know we need it and we have it, and we want to make sure that we bless you all with it. So please do that so that you can be a recipient of somebody that you could talk to, because men go through things too, and it's good to share out. With that, though, you know what I'm saying? I have a very special brother right here because he's doing some amazing things as it relates to our community and fatherhood. Again, sometimes we as men, we can definitely go overlooked, and that's not to just take away from our women in the community, because they deserve all the praise for what they bring. Without them, there's no us. But at the same time, the man is equally as important. And these brothers, and I say brothers, but we got one. We're gonna double back, and we're gonna get the other one too, because he's equally as important to the mission and the purpose and the vision of the org. But today we wanted to circle in on Dr. Raheem Young, and we wanted to really expound on what Welcome to Fatherhood is through his own words. So with that, Brother Young, I appreciate you being here. Let's just go ahead and get right into it and just start off and tell the folks, a little bit about yourself and your background.
Oh, for sure, man. I appreciate the invite.
Yes, sir.
So I'm, as DeAndre said, I'm Raheem Young with Dr. Raheem Young. I'm a lecturer at Governor State University in the Health and Human Services Department. I teach public and community health courses. Also, I'm the co-founder of Welcome to Fatherhood. We're a nonprofit that work with men. We work with women too, to help them cope with the pressures and stresses of parenting, relationships, and just everyday life here in America. And well, I guess like to go into what Welcome to Fatherhood is, where it came from.
Well, not yet. Let's not do that yet. Let's focus in a little bit on you. So we call you Dr. Raheem Young. In fact, you don't even call yourself Dr. Young. So I forget sometimes to acknowledge it. But for the folks that don't know you, let's start there. The doctorate. So what's the doctorate in, brother?
So I have first off, I have my MBA in health administration, and my doctorate concentration is marketing. So it's a DBA, a doctorate in business administration.
Yeah. Where did you go get it at?
I went to Argosy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What inspired? You know what? I do have a question. Let me go ahead and wrap into the questions, because that's actually a question that I had. So we know it's the DBA in business administration with a concentration in marketing. But to that point, though, because we obviously as Black males, there's number one, as Black people, there are few doctors, and as Black males, there are even less. So to the point, what inspired you to pursue a doctorate in business administration, and how has that academic background influenced the career path that you've taken?
Okay, that's a great question, man. So actually, I have it's not a long story, but I have a story around that. So like growing up, and it's like going all the way back to kindergarten. I never really liked school like that. I know, like when I was in kindergarten, like my parents they would drop me off on the playground, and I would like sneak off the playground and leave the school and all that. I just disliked school. I guess I had like a what is it, like an insecure attachment. So it was, I guess it was just like fear, like being away from my mother, you know, it kind of created like anxiety. So from that point, you know, I had to get out of there. I wanted to go back home. So as I got older, you know, it got a little bit better, but still I really didn't like school. But I excelled like in elementary school. I excelled like in math and history, stuff like that. We used to have science fairs. I won a science fair 3 times. I came in 3rd place once, and I think I got an honorable mention 1 year. So this is like all throughout elementary school. But outside of that, I didn't like it at all. Going into high school, it did get a little bit better. I guess like the autonomy of a high school student, you know, it wasn't the same. You know, you got to classes, you got to socialize a little bit more. So it did get a little bit better. And you know, in high school, I got the spiel that every high school student get. Like, what you gonna do afterwards? You gonna go to college? What college you going?
Right. Oh me.
I mean, and it was something that I wanted to do, I guess, because that's what I was taught, or that's what I was told. Like most of my life, that you should go to college after high school. And but I really didn't like do anything to prepare myself to go to college. So like my senior year came and it went, and I didn't do anything really. I didn't apply to any schools. I was just going through the motions pretty much. And it was the day before classes were to start at the school that I ended up at. So I ended up
college?
At Elmhurst College. It was Elmhurst University now.
Okay, yeah.
So on that Friday, my mother, she had came into my room, was like, "Hey, let's go to Elmhurst," because that's where she was going at the time.
Okay,
and, you know, and apply. And remember, this is the Friday before classes are to start.
Right.
So, so we went up there. So I talked to the admissions counselor and all that type of stuff, and like I was able to get in. Like they accepted me, so that was a blessing. So that Friday, you know, I did the admissions thing. Sunday, I moved into the dorm, and then that Monday, I started classes, and that's how my college career started. My major was elementary education. I always had I always had it in my mind that I wanted to teach, you know, be a teacher. But I didn't really take college seriously the first time around. I finished off my grades wasn't really good. I was just there, you know. I finished off my freshman year. My sophomore year, I started to get in trouble at school, like trying to party and just do silly stuff pretty much.
I mean, enjoying the college life. You feel me? Yeah, I mean,
I was enjoying it too much, you know.
Everybody enjoy it too much when they first go, man.
Well,
it's a new thing. Shit, for real.
Yeah, I mean, I was doing too much, man.
I feel it.
So, like I was saying, I was getting into trouble on campus and everything.
Yeah.
The RA found like alcohol in our room. I think it was maybe like 3 times, and I had to meet with the I'm forgetting what it's called, like the residential manager or whatever. And he said that they were going to kick me out if I didn't write a letter, like apologizing or like, you know, that's saying it won't happen again type thing. And, you know, being a young person and being silly, I was like, I ain't about to write nothing. So I just, you know, allowed them to kick me out. And so after that,
say allegedly. These things happen allegedly.
Yeah, I know, right? So like after that, life happened. You know, I got married, I met my wife, got married, had kids, and then I'm just out in the world. So I don't know if you remember, but like during that time, so like in early 2000 and it was like between maybe like 2002 to 2006. It was a lot of shows that came out about flipping houses. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Yeah.
flip my house, beat up house, and all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I started watching those shows, and I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that."
Wait, hold on. You said okay. Wait. Let me
Okay.
first of all, in 2002 to 2006, I think you just said I was
Yeah.
still in high school. So
Mhm.
you were you were in college then in 2002, 2006?
Yeah, I graduated high school in 2002.
Oh, okay, bet. I'm like, all right. I mean, I know you know, we kind of in the same age range. I say, nah. Yeah, brother, I know you ain't like 45, 50, like damn.
No.
I say, I was gonna ask you, was you a vegan or something? Like, God damn, sir.
No, I graduated in 02, and I left college in 04.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So this is like 04, 05 when I was start watching those shows or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So like I was like, oh, I'm gonna do that. So I got some of my friends together and we created it was an LLC called Have Faith Realty.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And things were going good for a second. It was going good for a second. And
Okay.
we was making a little money.
Mm-hmm.
But slowly but surely things started to mess up because the business wasn't right. Doing business with friends can get
Oh
messy
yeah.
now.
Y'all was doing homie business.
Yeah, exactly.
Doing homie bit. Yes, sir. Yeah. Yeah. You get caught up in that. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So remember, like I have children and a wife now.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like I'm banking on everything to work with the real estate thing.
Mm-hmm.
And something that happened in 07 and 08, I'm pretty sure you
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
that threw another wrench in the program, and soon
Mm-hmm.
after everything was messed up, man. So like
Mm-hmm.
I ain't had no job, I ain't had no education really to fall back on.
Because you didn't complete at least your bachelor at the time.
No, I went 2 years, and
So
after my sophomore year, it was a wrap.
Right. Okay. Yep.
Yep. My wife looking at me crazy, like
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do? Exactly.
What you gonna do? Really?
So I got like this little odd and end job. It was at a factory, and
making boxes, right?
Oh yeah, I told you that. Oh yeah, for sure. I was making boxes. And like every box that I made, I'm thinking to myself, like, damn, I know it's more to life than making some boxes. Like, when my kids start going to school, they're gonna be like, "What your father do?" And like he make boxes.
I mean,
Yeah. So that was like one of the major factors that I guess that influenced me to go back. I'm building a clubhouse, yeah, for sure. It influenced me to go back to school and finish my education.
Okay.
And so when I went back, that's when I started like on the business administration path.
So you chose this path to go into.
Yeah. Because looking back on like everything that went wrong with like the real estate business,
okay,
I was like, I want to learn more about the business field.
Okay,
like learn everything I can. So when I went back, I finished my bachelor's at Concordia in Real Forest,
and
then so like after that, I went on to do my master's and then eventually my doctorate. So like I went.
Yeah, but now how do you?
8 years.
So now how do you go? You want to do a doctorate in business administration because you want to get a little bit a better more business literate, if you will. Yeah. But then the master's though is in
health administration.
Health administration. So where does that tie in at though?
Well, because my wife is a nurse.
Okay.
During that time, she was going to nursing school, So our goal was to create a business around healthcare,
Okay.
and like eventually
Family business, the
we was
right
able
way.
to do that. Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
So that's how it ties in.
Okay. Okay.
So,
Cool.
yeah.
That's what's up. All right. All right. So now we got the doctorate in business administration. And then when you got that, what you went from building the boxes to then what? Building the business? Like what? How did it come about? What was the next step after you went and got the doctorate?
So like after my doctorate, I started. I think it's probably like a couple of months after I finished my doctorate. I started working at Governor State, where I am now, as an adjunct in the
Okay.
health administration department.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
When did you finish the doctorate?
It was December of 2017.
Oh, okay. So you've been a professor for 7 years now?
Well,
Going on
actually,
7.
my very first like professor adjunct opportunity was at DeVry.
Mm-hmm.
This is when I was working on my master's, or maybe like right after I finished my master's. I had just got into the doctorate program.
Okay.
One of my professors that I had at Argosy, she
Mm-hmm.
knew someone at DeVry
Mm-hmm.
who was looking for teachers for health administration at their health administration department over there. So
Okay.
she kind of hooked me up.
Yeah. Okay. Dang. So you almost been a professor for 10 years then.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh man, that's what's up. Before I continue with the questioning, what have you learned in that 10 years as a professor that if you could just tell the folks watching, like what have you gotten from that experience that you can impart to folks? Not if they want to be a professor, but like towards the students, like something that you make sure that your students take with them all the time.
Well, that they have to be responsible for their own education.
Mm.
Like teaching, or just, I guess, education in general.
Right.
Probably like 90% of learning is on the student.
Yep.
Like, I could be the greatest teacher ever,
Mm-hmm.
but if you're not paying attention, if you're looking at your phone, if you're not reading and doing what you have to do as a student, none of that matters what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that would probably be the best advice, and the thing that I've picked up or I've learned over the years.
Okay. All right. So now that as we move forward into the Welcome to Fatherhood space, so you've been a professor for some time. You also have this background in health administration, and you see a need. Like
Yeah. Well,
how?
let me just go back a second. So,
Okay.
like, academically, my background has been like in business, right?
Mm-hmm.
But professionally, like, I was working in Oak Park as a care coordinator, and like working experience outside of teaching.
Mm-hmm.
Most of it has been like working in the community and working
Okay.
with kids and doing things like that.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
like, fast forward into like where I'm at now, working in public and community health. It was
Mm-hmm.
just a combination of like my work experience working in the community, and also academically
Yeah.
coming together. So
Right. Okay. So basically a confluence of experience and education and need, obviously.
yeah.
So what was it ultimately that led you and Sir Royce to actually come together to develop Welcome to Fatherhood as a response to what you had been seeing in the community?
Oh, so I've known Roy since kindergarten. So he was in
Wow.
classes I would sneak out of and try to walk back home.
Right. That's
So
what's up.
like we grew up together,
Yeah.
and in 2015, like around that time, we used to talk about like different businesses, because we, even though the real estate thing kind of fell apart, we still wanted to develop a business.
Mhm.
And at that time, he was expecting his first child, and I had 3 at that time. So a
Mm.
lot of the business discussion, the business meetings would turn into like what to expect type
Mm.
discussions.
Yeah.
So from those conversations, we thought it'd be cool to have or develop like a forum where men could come and talk about different things they experience and
Okay.
they was expecting. So that's where Welcome to Fatherhood came about.
All right, bet. So look, I'm gonna shift to this question then. So can you tell us about the mission and goals of Welcome to Fatherhood?
Mm-hmm. So like our mission is to strengthen the family unit by empowering and engaging fathers. Um, our vision is to ultimately through impacting the father and through that impacting the family and ultimately impacting the community.
Okay.
So that's our ultimate goal.
Yeah. Okay. And so how do you do that? How does the impact take place? What is Welcome to Fatherhood exactly?
Oh, well, we have a couple of different things that we do. So it all started with what we call now the parenting symposiums.
Mm-hmm.
So we have those on the first and third Thursday of the month. And the way those are set up, we have a topic and then we develop questions around the topic. And it's kind of like a group therapy session and it's like round robin style. So we throw a question out, like, and that's called on people and just allow people to view to speak their view or speak their point or whatever. Let's talk about how they feel about whatever we're talking about in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have it's called a stairway series. We haven't done it in a while. We're trying to get it back going.
Mm-hmm.
But the stairway series is when we invite like a subject matter expert to come and talk about the topic they're expert in. I think actually you did the first one.
Yes. Oh, I was the first one?
Yeah, the very first one
Yeah,
we
I
did.
know I did the master class on investing. I hope folks
Yeah.
still invested, man, because from then to now, you done made a few dollars. Cause
Yeah.
for real.
Hey, to tell the truth, man, you really got me in tune with investing, man. Like when
Yeah,
you did that class, actually it was before that.
Mm-hmm.
You had like a weekend class.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And
Right.
I had went to your weekend class, and that's what like really got me geared up into investing and everything. So I appreciate that, bro.
Nah. Well, I'm just glad you're doing it, man. I've been investing since 2013, and my twin now he invests a little different than I do, but we go back and forth all day, every day. Like if you look at our little text thread right now, we like, hey, you got your eye on this stock. You looking at this. You seeing what's happening with Chipotle. You seeing what's happening with Tesla and all this, man. So that's all we do. You know what I mean? And the thing is, what's crazy is that we talk about it so much and try to influence other people. We like, man, us as black folks missing out. I ain't because it's like you don't have to be rich to be involved in the market. Just get in, set your money there, and let it grow. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. So, but I appreciate you for getting involved because we have to be there. We got to understand how to make some money in all economies for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah. So the Stairway series, you guys are looking to bring it back at some point, though.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Probably like in the next month or two. So like
Okay, good.
April, May, we plan on doing that again.
Mm-hmm.
We've also done like a number of like studies around fatherhood and different aspects of fatherhood. The past couple of years, we've been invited, or like we've submitted abstracts to APHA, American Public Health Association,
Mm-hmm.
their annual conference. They have like in October, November.
Mm-hmm.
And the past 2 years, we've been able to present on the research that we've done around fatherhood.
Oh, we got to expound on that. So, what's the research looking like? What have you all found that might be interesting to folks watching, or that they should know that they, may not be privy to? What have you found?
Oh well, the first year that we presented, it was on abortion. So how men are emotionally and mentally impacted by their partner having an abortion.
Oh wow, okay.
A lot of the research that's out don't really talk about the man. The man is usually focuses on the woman.
Right.
If it does talk about the male partner, then it's from the standpoint of like it was an abusive relationship.
Wow.
or how the man kind of influenced or pressured her to have an abortion.
Mm-hmm.
So, like there was a lot, most of like what we found as far as like where the man falls in that equation.
Mm-hmm. Is
So
that's a common misnomer that abuse is taking place, that a man is detached from this process or forcing a woman to have abortion?
yeah,
The studies suggest otherwise, that men are just as impacted and sometimes don't have a say into the abortion process.
oh yeah. So
Okay.
like we did a focus group. I think we had maybe like 13 guys
Mm-hmm.
and 13 men who partner had an abortion in the past.
Okay.
So like some of the findings or like the trends that we saw
Mm-hmm.
was that a lot of the men express like feelings of depression
Mm.
because of it,
Yeah.
feelings, societal pressures that influence their decision to have an abortion. So like not being able to take care of the child,
Mm-hmm.
provision and all that type of stuff
Mm-hmm.
that the man's supposed to be the provider, and
Mm-hmm.
they expressed feeling that during that time, and that's what kind of led to it.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the shocking things was like the age.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them was like young teens or like early 20s when their partner had it. So that was another factor that played a role in it. So like a teenager or a young kid, it's like what you gonna do? You a kid yourself.
Right. Mm.
Yeah. So like that type of stuff.
Okay.
Some what we found.
Okay. And then the second study that you all did, what was that one?
That one was on stereotype threat. So like how
Okay.
stereotype threat impacts the father's not his ability, but his confidence in being a good father.
Mm.
So like
And
for
what stereo?
anybody,
What I it's been a little minute since I've been in my books. Stereotype threat is what again?
so it's like a stereotype that kind of creates a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of. So like
Okay.
a lot of the studies on stereotype threat, it deals with kids that take standardized tests, black kids that take standardized tests.
Mm-hmm.
So like if the teacher come out and say, well, black students don't really perform well on this
Mm-hmm.
exam or on this test,
Mm-hmm.
that creates a self-fulfilling prophecy inside the
Mm-hmm.
black child,
Mm-hmm.
creating like anxiety and undue pressure where they ultimately don't end up performing well
Yeah.
because they had that information.
Yeah. Perfect way to break that down. Perfect way. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're
Um,
welcome.
so
So
so yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was going to say, so like the way that we approach that one, in society, is always that thing that's out there where black men are not involved, black
Mm-hmm.
men don't care about their kids, but it was a CDC study that came out, I think maybe like, I don't remember the year, but it came out and said that black fathers are the most engaged fathers of any race.
Facts. Facts.
So
Facts.
even with that study,
Facts.
like proving that black fathers are around, the stereotype or the narrative still persists that we not around.
Right.
So we just looked at that and how that information impacts your confidence in being
Yeah.
a good father.
So the interesting piece about that is that true indeed, black fathers, according to the study, make the best fathers. And according to myself, and I'm sure yourself, you would also
Yeah.
agree that black fathers make the best fathers. But the other statistics on the other side show that we do have the most single family households, whether it's the father left or is incarcerated or is no longer with us,
Mhm.
whatever the reason is, we have higher rates of single motherhood in our community. So both can be true, but they play that up to the level, like you said, where you get to believing that because this is the statistic, the more prevailing statistic, that we also can't be the best fathers possible. So that's
Yeah.
I can get how that can plague us, but The unfortunate, I believe, is both is true.
I mean, both are, but it's two different issues.
Right.
Like
true
they kind of conflate the two issues,
right.
But it's two different things.
Right.
I cannot have a relationship with my child's mother, but I can still be in my child's life.
Right. So. Right. That's true. That's very true. Yeah, that's very true. So I want to shift back towards some of the findings, so to speak, that you've had with Welcome to Fatherhood. So what would you say are some common misconceptions about fatherhood that Welcome to Fatherhood aims to challenge or address?
Well, I guess we just talked about it. So like that we not Black fathers not around.
Mm-hmm.
Black fathers don't care. We don't have an emotional tie to our children when that's not true.
Yeah.
So
okay. You know what? So, and you mentioned the Stairway series. You mentioned having, I can't think of the name that you called it, but the Monday and Friday twice a month, Monday and Thursday, twice a month sessions, and
the first and third Thursday.
First and third Thursdays. That's what my bad. I don't know. First Monday is the first Monday. First and third Thursday sessions, the Stairway series, and then you mentioned focus groups and doing some studies. So, would you say is there any other innovative or unique approaches that you guys taken in addressing the needs of fathers through Welcome to Fatherhood? I know you do the Spotlight series as well.
Or do you Spotlight series?
Yeah, that was the way you have the Welcome to Fatherhood interviews. I remember doing one of them. You had a fellow come on.
We do a podcast that where we interview a father that's asking them questions about their journey in fatherhood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I'm gonna forget that, man.
Don't worry about it. Come on, man. Every year, y'all select fathers and give them trophies.
Yeah, we do
great fathers.
So we have a Father of the Year award that we give out to a father that we select every year. We have a number one contributor award that we give just like to people that helped out Welcome to Fatherhood throughout the year.
Okay. Nice.
We have a community community partner award. So this is like another organization that we've partnered with to help, spread the message and to help fathers and help families. Mm-hmm. We also have a Juneteenth. This year is going to be our fourth one. So we have a Juneteenth Father's Day block party.
Mm-hmm.
It's on the corner of Carpenter and Madison and Oak Park, right across the street from Robinson's Ribs.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a celebration, Juneteenth and also fatherhood. So some of the things that we try to do.
Yeah, it's crazy. Fathers always got to share something, man. We always got to share something. Now we can't even have Father's Day by ourselves no more. Now it falls on Juneteenth. We got to smash those together. and then when it's Father's Day anyway, we got to go cook on the grill and stuff. Come on, man. Like we ain't never had nothing for real, man. Not for real.
Sweeties Day. Don't Sweeties Day supposed to be?
Oh, yeah, that counts. It's interesting because some folks don't really play into the whole thing, So I'm like, well, you my Valentine as well. So, and Sweetest Day, you must, so. But I do understand the connotation. Folks do look at it and say that Sweetest Day is for the males, but not all the time. You know what I'm saying? I still feel like we don't really get that recognition and acknowledgement as much as we should for the pivotal role that we play in society. But I digress. Again, I'm not trying to take away from the ladies at all, but I'm just calling it out. It's true. It's true. The other thing I think that you got to address, that you got to put out there too, is that y'all are connected to Children's Research Triangle, so folks can get therapy through you all too.
Oh yeah. So we have it where we have that, like you said, we have a connection with Children's Research Triangle. And the way that it works is free one-on-one counseling sessions. Mm-hmm. The only caveats are that you have to be in the Chicagoland area and you have to have a child.
Mhm.
So if you fit that, then you can reach out and we could set it up where you are able to get free counseling sessions.
Yes, sir. Again, so we definitely attaching that, making sure we attach that to the video. So, fellas, you watching, man, just drop something in the comments. Let me know that you tuned in. If you learned a little something, if you like to know a little something else, man, we really need y'all to seek that therapy. Again, there's resources out here for men, and we should not allow them to go to waste. One of the reasons why our community sometimes is overlooked is because these resources are available and we don't take advantage. I've witnessed it with thine own eyes. So please take advantage. Again, you go to the YouTube. My name is my name. Type it in, Rudis. DeAndre will pop up. Like, share, comment, subscribe, and make sure if you comment, hopefully it's something that you learn, because this whole thing is about education and entertainment. That said, so I think it's important that you got to share a success story or something, maybe a moment that really affirmed the impact of the work that you all are doing with fathers and families. Do you have anything like that?
That's a good question. Another great question. A success story.
That affirmed that this is what I'm supposed to be doing.
Oh, for me, it affirmed for me like I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, that in your
Okay.
organization, that you all are perfectly positioned as the individuals that are giving the community what they need at the time that they need it.
It's been okay. I guess one that popped into mind. We used to do an entrepreneur class for. It was a group of middle school and high school students on the South Side. It was at Ryan Banks Academy. The school closed, I think, maybe like last year or the year. I think it was. I think it was last year. So like the summer of last year, the school closed. But before the school closed, we was having an entrepreneur class on Tuesday and Thursday there, and like one of the sessions, the students we started talking about fatherhood for some reason. It kind of tied in, but a lot of the students was talking about their experiences with their dads, or in some of the students' cases, the lack of it, experience with their dads. But just like being able to engage with the students on that level, and them being open and I guess willing to be vulnerable with me and Bryce, it just showed like our, I don't know if it's like approachability or like just our the way that we approach the situation. I feel like it allowed them, and it just allows the people who we engage with in general to be able to get stuff off their chest that they may not be able to talk to. Other people, or just in general may not be able to talk about. So after having that experience, and like the kids talking about their dads, and like some of the things that their dads do for them, how valuable their dads are, how they may miss their dads. After that, I was just like, man, that was it. Yeah, that was a good experience.
Yeah, hit you right in the feels, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Kids different, man. Yeah. As a person who substitutes off for about a year and a half, maybe 2, right before the pandemic, it's different, man. It's different. It's like you know there's a limit to what you can do, so you just do all that you can while you're right there. Yeah. But then you're like, this child has to go back to this environment that is just not conducive to what they need, you know what I mean? And that's hard. That's really hard to accept, and again, you can just do the best you can. So, man, well, salute you all for doing that, because the youth really, really need it. And as a person who sat in your first and third Thursday meetings a lot less now than I could before, I understand the power of you brothers and how you all create this space and environment for vulnerability for vulnerability for men too, you know, and the ladies, you know,
Yeah.
and been able to witness that. So I think it's a calming presence that you have. You have a really calming spirit, you know, and makes people want to, you know, and then the way you ask questions makes people really want to engage and be like, man, you know, I'm sharing my life and I want to drop some nuggets and it's real, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I could understand why those kids would be open with you all. You all make it easy to do that. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate it, man.
Yes.
I think we take like some simple stuff
Yeah.
and kind of doctor it up a little bit, and
Right.
then it turns into something very, very deep and
Yeah.
powerful. So, like our, I don't know if you saw the flyer, but our meeting last Thursday, we talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles
Okay.
and how the turtles represent like different personality traits,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then, so like with Leonardo, he had leadership.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then we talked about like the responsibilities of a leader and how can leaders be overwhelmed sometimes with their
Mm-hmm.
responsibility. So just like taking stuff like that, man, making just like regular everyday stuff into something that that's thought provoking.
Yeah.
That I feel like that's something that we do well, and
Yeah. No, no, you
that's why
do.
people you know um, are able to like open up
Yeah.
and get things from it. So
Yeah. 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 And I mean that, like I say, that's a very good way to approach it, you know. And it does. It makes it that much more easier to be able to share how you feel and think about these things because you're tying it into these subjects that make it easy to talk about. The Ninja Turtles, everybody love the Ninja Turtles. You
yeah,
know
for
what I'm saying?
sure.
Real. You know, you start getting laughing a little bit like Leonardo, but nah, then you get to thinking like, man, that's kind of funny. I never thought about it like that. And then you get to sharing. So that's pretty cool. Um, I would say, what would you say is the difficulty of being able of having, you know, the nonprofit and um
Oh, that's
it
easy.
and its potential and how would you say, like, your target? All the time men aren't necessarily always receptive to these type of things, you know what I'm saying? And so how does what would you say is the biggest challenge with not only, I suppose, the nonprofit itself having that, but also in the target that you have?
Okay. Well, yeah, the nonprofit one is easy.
Yeah.
So like funding,
Funding. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Funding. Yeah,
having enough money, man.
yeah,
That's like the biggest challenge.
for sure. Yeah.
For men, I guess like getting men to engage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the biggest thing, like I feel like if we're able to get you out or
Yeah.
get you to attend, then you will come back.
Okay. Yeah.
So I guess like that initial interaction.
Mm-hmm.
But like our thing, this is going back to like what I was talking about as far as like teaching or education.
Yeah.
I can't teach anybody anything.
True indeed.
I'm just trying to. My job is to introduce ideas and concepts to get you to think,
Right. True. True.
or present an idea or a concept in a certain way where it's going to get your attention.
Right.
So like once I'm able to do that and you engage,
Mm-hmm.
then all the learning and stuff is on you.
It's on you.
Yeah,
Facts. Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
I'm just trying to get people to think, man. That's all. I'm
Okay.
just trying to
I
teach them.
received that. I'm not mad at that. That's the right way. Long as you come in, you know, even if you want to play the fly on the wall, you know, you're gonna get something out of it, and it's on you to take it back and unpack it for yourself. I hear that. I'm not
Yeah,
mad
for
at that.
sure.
I got one more question for you, and that one, easy one. How do you see Welcome to Fatherhood evolving and growing in the future? And additionally, where would you like it to go?
Great question. I would love to have a like brick and mortar
Hmm.
like location for us. A place where like a community center would be dope. A place where we could have like all these different things in one location.
Hmm.
Um, I will want this to evolve into something that's global, kind of like what is it called, National Fatherhood Alliance or Initiative or whatever, where they sell their programs
Okay.
with fatherhood organizations.
Mm-hmm.
Something not exactly like them, but something similar where somebody in California could be teaching like a Welcome to Fatherhood curriculum, or somebody
Yeah.
in Japan
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
that'd be dope. Um,
Dope. Yeah.
yeah, I mean that's about it, man.
Okay. Okay. Like it. So look, I am going to give you the big screen where you could, do some shout outs or whatever, like in terms of making sure you let people know where to find you, how to get involved with you, where to send some funding at, whatever you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just do what you need to do in order to continue to grow Welcome to Fatherhood. So I'm gonna take a step back and give you the big
All right, cool. The big screen. Now, what's up, everybody? Thank you for listening. If you'd like to learn more about Welcome to Fatherhood, please check out our website. Is www.wtfatherhood.org. Check out our social media. We're on like LinkedIn, Facebook, pretty much all the social media spots at Welcome to Fatherhood. If you'd like to reach out to me, feel free to send me an email at Raheem Raheem at WTfatherhood.org, or you can reach out to Sir Royce, and that's Sir SIR Royce ROYCE at WTfatherhood.org. That's his email. But yeah, I appreciate you all listening, and hopefully you was able to learn something or get something from it.
Yes, sir. And I'm sure, what I mean, it's important that we make sure that we put out these resources and make sure people connecting to them. So I just want to make sure, once again, I mentioned that these brothers at Welcome to Fatherhood also have connections to mental health resources. So for those, especially men, you know what I mean? Now, again, I'm not leaving more ladies out, but for the men, because we rarely and seldom seek that extra outside help, please, if you need it, seek it. Dr. Raheem Young and Sir Royce with Welcome to Fatherhood has the connections. Like I said, I've used it all last year in March on down to December. I had me a therapist that I met with regularly every single week. And then even this year, I've scaled back a bit because I'm doing more. And so I still meet, and I have a black male therapist every other week, bi-weekly now. And so it's always good to have those check-in sessions to vent. My girl get on my nerves. Y'all girl get on y'all. Come on, vent, man. That's all. That's all we ask you to do. For you take it to a place they'll need to be. So, what I'm saying? Connect with the brother, you know what I mean? And make sure that you go get those mental health services. Again, if you can't reach out to Dr. Young, you can always go to my YouTube. My name is my name. Subscribe, like, share, comment something you learned by watching the video. It could even be the fact that this man used to build boxes, man. Like, that's cool too, you know what I'm saying? but seriously though, appreciate y'all for tuning in. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep this going all 2024, introducing y'all to people that you need to know and these resources that you need to use. So with that, I'm saying, I always end like this because I ain't got no more to say. Class dismissed.